Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we're going to learn about 7 signs you're attractive even if you think you're not. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Inspiring talents. Do you have strong passions or specific talents? Passionate people are more attractive than most. When other people see your talents and experience your goals, they often feel admiration or respect for your passion and dedication. Finding your purpose is an important part of human nature, but only a handful of people dedicate their lives to the things they love. When you encounter someone who knows their purpose, you may feel awestruck or envious of their passions, but at the same time you feel inspired to work harder and to dream bigger. That feeling of inspiration makes passionate people irresistible. People want to spend time with you because you motivate them to be a better version of themselves. Oh, but that's not all. Passionate people are also confident and secure, especially when they're in their element. When you're working on something you love, you radiate confidence and effortlessly attract the people around you, even if you don't realize what you're doing. Because you aren't just talking the talk, you're also walking the walk. You have real knowledge and experience. You've put in the work and risen to the highest level. You can confidently tackle challenges that other people never dream of, and that's an incredibly attractive quality. So think about your passions and talents. It doesn't matter what you specialize in or what subjects you enjoy, as long as you're passionate and confident in your skills. If you're dedicated and hardworking, people may feel inspired when you're around. In your mind, you're just doing what you love, but to the rest of the world, your passion is nearly irresistible. Number 2. Positive flexibility. Confidence and experience are attractive traits, but inexperience can also be attractive if you approach it with the right state of mind. People are attracted to positive and flexible individuals who enjoy new experiences without judging themselves too harshly. You don't feel bitter, defensive, or insecure when you make mistakes. You don't criticize others for their failures or compensate for your lack of knowledge. Instead, you find ways to make every occasion fun. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you may enjoy stepping out of your comfort zone, and that way you can learn new things and expand your horizons. Believe it or not, this is an incredibly attractive trait. Not only does it show open-mindedness, but it demonstrates a quiet confidence in who you are. You have nothing to prove, you don't need to show off to understand your value, you're confident enough to be vulnerable without feeling embarrassed or insecure. If this sounds like you, you may be more confident and attractive than you realize. You make other people feel comfortable with their weaknesses. You encourage them to be vulnerable and you teach them to laugh at their mistakes. In other words, you soothe people's fears and insecurities by keeping an open mind and a positive attitude. Those qualities make you emotionally attractive in a way that few people recognize. Number 3. Attentive conversations. Do you have great conversations with a wide variety of people? The best conversationalists rarely realize how attractive they are. You may think conversations just come naturally to everyone. You may think everyone talks for hours without batting an eye, but this is a rare quality possessed by some of the most attractive people. So what makes someone a good conversationalist? Physical attraction plays a role, but the most attractive quality of any great conversationalist isn't their looks, it's their emotional investment. Great conversationalists draw others into meaningful and engaging interactions. They display positive signals with open body language. They keep their minds engaged with good questions, and they give people something they rarely receive from the world. They give their undivided attention. If you're a great conversationalist, people stick around because they feel heard, recognized, and appreciated. They know you care about what they have to say, and that gives them confidence in themselves. They feel happier and more relaxed when you're around, and those feelings foster a stronger and deeper attraction. So think about the last few conversations you've had. If you talked for hours without a problem, covering every subject under the sun, you're more attractive than you think. You're not just a good conversationalist, you're a great conversationalist. Chances are you have interesting things to say and entertaining stories to tell, so other people are naturally drawn to you. You may not realize all the things you're doing right, but people stick around for a reason. Number 4. Attractive quirks. Are you a leader or a follower? Do you strive to be normal or unique? Many people change their personalities and preferences to become more attractive, memorable, or exciting. You copy the choices and styles of people you admire, hoping to impress and attract other people, but changing your personality does more harm than good. Most people aren't looking for someone normal or typical. Instead, they're drawn to the unique qualities that make you the person that you are, because those qualities make you different from everyone else in the world. But here's the problem. Your quirks and unique qualities often fly under the radar. When you first meet someone, you rarely notice their tiny quirks. Instead, you see general traits like height, weight, hair color, and facial shape. Now, at first, that's how we understand people. We look at their general qualities, and if we like those qualities, then we look a little bit deeper. Over time, their quirks will rise to the surface. The more time you spend with someone, the more obvious their unique features become. You start to notice small changes in their speech or facial expressions. You pay attention to the way they walk, the way they smile, and the way they laugh. In other words, you become more acquainted with their unique features, and those features create a deeper, more intimate attraction. That's why the most attractive people don't care about fitting in. They embrace their unique qualities, they value their preferences, and they display their quirks whenever they can. Number 5. Natural gravity. Attractive people have a gravitational pull. Something about you draws others towards you. People want to spend time with you because physically or psychologically, they find you irresistible. Maybe you're an inspiring go-getter, an adventurous spirit, or an expert in your field. Maybe your happiness is contagious and people just can't stop smiling when you're around. Either way, people naturally gravitate towards you, like planets around the sun, because you have a powerful social gravity. So how do you know if you're an especially attractive person? Just look at your social circle. Do you always have someone to talk to or spend time with? Do strangers approach you or drift into your personal space? If the answer is yes, then you have a natural gravity that attracts others in a unique way. You may not think you're anything special, but the rest of the world disagrees. Number 6. Mental rewards. What makes one person more attractive than another? Attractive people unconsciously provide a psychological reward. When people spend time with you, something about your personality or your presence keeps their brain coming back for more. We've touched on a few of these rewards already. Rewards can be social and emotional, like validation, inspiration, and encouragement. They can also be physical, like attractive features or desirable body language. But there's another kind of psychological reward we haven't talked about. If you spend time with someone that has qualities you admire, you feel attracted to that person because you want those qualities for yourself. By spending time with them, you may be subconsciously hoping their great qualities rub off on you. In other words, you can be attracted to someone because they make you a better person. You might be kind and generous. You might be hardworking and disciplined. These may not seem like attractive qualities at first, but they are important traits that others admire and wish for themselves. So how do you know if you're an attractive person? Just ask yourself this. Are you working hard to become the kind of person you want to be? If the answer is yes, then you may be more attractive than you realize. Number 7. Romantic value. Do other people make positive assumptions about you? Do they think you're smarter or more successful than you really are? Attractive people are confusing for your brain. When you encounter someone who's physically or emotionally attractive, your brain makes all kinds of faulty assumptions. For example, if someone is physically attractive, your brain assumes they have more attractive qualities like intelligence, charm, and social charisma. In reality, they're not smarter or more charming than anyone else, but your brain doesn't see it that way. So what does this mean for you? If you have a few attractive traits, there's a good chance you have many more. If you're physically appealing, people will assume you have emotionally attractive qualities. On the other hand, if you're socially or emotionally attractive, people may perceive you as physically appealing. In other words, attraction and beauty are tricky subjects that are almost impossible to define in general terms. Qualities like confidence, talent, and self-discipline can always change how people perceive your appearance. At the same time, your appearance can always change how people perceive your personality. That's why the most attractive people don't classify themselves as attractive or unattractive. They never assume they're ugly, awkward, or uninteresting. They maintain a favorable opinion of themselves, and they rarely allow the opinions of others to damage their strong self-image. Ultimately, attractiveness is too diverse and personal to generalize for an entire population. Not everyone will like your style, not everyone will think you're interesting, but that doesn't mean you're not attractive. You just haven't found the right person for you. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.